Hey, what's going on, guys? Back again with another one talking about success, money, living a good life, all that good stuff, right? So, today I just finished up with a 3.5 mile run, and I knew I was going to come out here and do this morning. So, I got this download to do this video last night, and I download like from source or whatever. So, and it all correlates, right? When you're trying to get success, when you're trying to be wealthy, when you're trying to make some money, when you're trying to get rich, the best way to do that is, you know, with discipline. And how to build your discipline is going to the gym, getting your body right, right? When you're disciplined with your body, when you're consistent with your workouts, when you have a goal with your fitness training, that correlates into health. It correlates into your money, your success, your business, right? You become more disciplined with your money, with your spending. You become more disciplined with your habits. What you're trying to do in life. It's easier to build up and have that consistency and that discipline when you have it with your body already. And again, it's not to say that people who aren't in shape aren't successful. Of course, of course there are. But in this game of life, when it comes to success, we're trying to increase our odds, right? So how do you increase your odds? Well, if you become more consistent and more disciplined in other areas of your life, it will bleed over into your money, into your success, into your relationships, into your business relationships, right? If you're trying to go into business with somebody, who's more likely to go into business or do deals? The person who's in shape or the person who's not in shape, right? If somebody's looking at you and you're in shape, they can see that you respect yourselves. They can see that you're disciplined and taking care of yourself. So you're going to be disciplined and consistency, or have consistency in the business and whatever you're trying to do in life. And I brought a few books out here with me again. We got the seven highly effective habits, or the 7 habits of highly effective people by Stephen Covey. Again, they all talk about the same stuff, right? Another one, the compound effect, how to jumpstart your life and your income for success. Just keep buying. I want to talk about this one as well. But, all of these people, they understand the game. It's all the same. It all correlates with working out. So, again, when it comes to consistency, especially with your investing, right? Funny story. Somebody got my dad into XRP years ago, and he put some money in, right? And he's up right now, because this was like 6-7 years ago. But imagine if he would have bought XRP. Now, I'm not even an XRP fan. I told him to get rid of that stuff and get Bitcoin instead. I'm a Bitcoin maxi. It is what it is. But even still, right, let's just say he would have continuously bought XRP every month over the last 7 years. He'd be like way up right now, right? And it's just crazy how so many people are not consistent with their investments, with their money. Another guy, I had a friend, I remember years ago, I posted something about Tesla and, what was Tesla had going on at the time. And one of my buddies on Facebook was just like, oh yeah, I have 5 shares of Tesla. And and I was like, oh, all right, cool. And we started chit-chatting back and forth. But then I left out of the conversation like, are you going to buy any more? Like, how did you get the 5 in the first place? Again, that consistency. If you're trying to build wealth, if you're trying to get rich, you're going to have to be consistent with your investing, consistent with your saving of your money, and be disciplined with it as well. Your buddies may be like, hey, let's go out this weekend. And you're like, well, I got to fund my investments first. Then we're going to see if I have anything else left over to go out, right? And then again, this is where it comes back to this Just Keep Buying book right here. Like, I read this book and I'm like, this is kind of, self-explanatory information, right? Just keep buying. And he goes over, like, even buying the top of the stock market, you're still going to compete, like outcompete, just never stop buying. And so many people are just inconsistent with their money, with investing, with their body, going to the gym. And it all correlates. So again, if you want to become successful in life, if you want to get rich, if you want to grow your money, going to the gym is going to help you out, right? It's going to make you become consistent in other areas of your life. That's just all I wanted to really come on here to say today. It's wild how many people don't care about their bodies today. And not to be rude or anything like that, but you can really tell somebody how they care about everything in life by their body. Again, not to be body shaming or anything, but if you see somebody and they're out of shape, I already know they don't care about themselves. I know they don't care about their house is probably dirty. They don't care about the people they're around. Like all of this, it just compounds in your life. And it really, like, the easiest way is to get in the gym, to start getting in shape, to start being disciplined with your workouts, to start being disciplined with the food you put in your mouth. Again, it just compounds into other areas of your life. And, over time, it will lead you down the path of success. It has to. You'll start building up these habits, and, it'll go from your body to your house, to your friends, to your money, just everything in life. It'll just compound. And the easiest way to do that I feel, is to start in the gym. And then going back to business as well, right? The people that come around you, it's easier to do these business deals because they'll look at you and they'll look at your body and they'll be like, okay, well, this person respects themselves, so I have to respect them too. It's very easy to disrespect somebody, or, to look at them as like, well, they don't really take themselves too serious, so I'm not going to take them serious. But if you're coming into a business deal or around people and they look at you and your body's in shape and you're dressing well, they're going to respect you. Like, this person respects themselves, I have to respect them too. It's just automatic. They don't even think about it. So understand that, again, all of this stuff compounds. It all correlates together. And I feel like the easiest way to get success, or at least increase the odds, right? Rolling the dice, increasing the odds, is to get in the gym, get your body right, make sure you're eating good, make sure you're being healthy. And it correlates into all other areas of your life. And again, too, on this road to success, or on this road to getting money and becoming rich, what's the point of having all this money if you're constantly in the hospital, if you're constantly in bed, you can't get up in the morning, or your back is always hurting? We want to live a long life if we're going to be successful and be rich. We want to go do stuff when we get the money. So, yeah, man, I just want to come on here and talk about this for a little bit, how health and wealth, and it all correlates. Again, it all just compounds into all of the areas of your life. And yeah, man, make sure y'all getting in the gym. You don't have to go, all out first day, but just getting in there, being consistent, being disciplined with the food you eat, showing up every day. It'll increase your odds for getting rich, becoming successful, and living a better life. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one there. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.